What's up guys, Chris Schwartz-edmisten here. In today's video, we're going to be looking at how to create these fixed background effect on scroll. And you can see if you stack two right next to each other, you get this really cool sort of like wipe effect, which is really neat. And the nice thing about this effect is it only takes like 2 lines of CSS. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So I'm here in my 7.1 site and I have my custom CSS window open. And the first thing that we want to do is target the section that we want to do this effect on. So I have the Chrome extension, the block identifier extension, and it just allows me to click on the data section ID and then paste it into the custom CSS window. And then I can open up some curly brackets. If you don't have this extension or you're not using Chrome, you can right click on the section and click inspect, and that'll bring up your Chrome inspect tools. And then you just want to go to the section itself. So that's why I right clicked directly on the section, and then we can see the data section ID for the section here. So you would just double click on the data section ID, copy the whole thing, and then you would write section and then open up some normal brackets and then paste that in between, and then space and open up some curly brackets. So now we're in the exact same spot. So the first thing that we want to do, the way that this sort of in general works is we want to position the image fixed. So we'll give it a position of fixed. Right now it has a position of relative. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll target my image and I'm going to go position fixed. Now, it's not going to do anything yet, but basically the idea here is that we want to position this image relative to the viewport. So we want to fix this image in place and basically pin it to the corners of the viewport rather than having this image be pinned to the corner of the section. So normally the image would be pinned to the corner of the section, but with position fixed, we're taking it out of the document flow and we're pinning it relative to the viewport. So the next thing we have to do is we need to give it an inset of 0, and this is shorthand for top 0, right 0. I'm not going to write them all out. Left 0 and bottom 0. So inset is a shorthand for writing out top, left, right, and bottom, and setting them all to 0. So 0 meaning we want this image to be pinned to the corner of the viewport. So this is a good start. One reason that we're not seeing anything is because I have the section dividers turned on. So if I pull up my Chrome inspect tools again, with section dividers on, if I go to the section border element, we get a transform translate of 0 on the section border element. And you can see that only happens when this section has this class of has section divider. And if I scroll up to the section, we can see that class. Let's see, it's going to be somewhere around here. Here we go. So the section has section divider. You can see that right there. So when the section has a section divider, the section border gets a transform translate of 0. And this sort of breaks our position fixed effect. When you have a transform, it creates a new stacking context is what's happening. So what we need to do is kind of override that. So within this section, I'm going to target the section border, open up some curly brackets, and we just want to give this a transform of none. So we don't want any transform position on there because, again, we don't want that stacking context kind of ruining our effect. So now that we don't have the stacking context and we've set our image to position fixed, you can see that it is working here. And it seems like it's working really well, but there's actually kind of some issues with the current setup. So you might get some bleed into other sections. Like for example, so now our fixed image is covering up the content in this other section. Whereas sort of if I turn off our effect, we can see that, it's covering up this text here, which is not good. So we need to make sure that we limit our position fixed image to make sure that we sort of cut it off and that it's not able to bleed into other sections. So you might be thinking, which is originally what I was thinking as well, why don't we just target the section border and set an overflow of hidden? And that should theoretically cover up any like unwanted overflow. But overflow actually doesn't work for position fixed elements because they're no longer in the document flow. Like the browser doesn't recognize it as part of that section like it was before. So overflow hidden doesn't work. But we can go to a clip path generator, and it's going to be this first one here. Bennett Feely made it. And I like to go to trapezoid, and clip path is a great way to cut off content outside of, some area. So you can do like different really cool kind of shapes here, and it crops, whatever content that you're applying it to. In this case, we just want it to be a square and we want it to be pinned to the corners of the section. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the CSS that it generates, and then we're going to add it. Instead of overflow hidden, we're going to add a clip path. And so now we're clipping anything outside of the section border element. And actually, so that didn't work. Actually, we need to add it to the section background element, not the section border element. So if I toggle this open, the first element is the section border, and then we have the section background, and then we have this image element. So we need to apply this clip path to the section background element. So I'll come down below the section border curly brackets, and I'm gonna cut this and paste it into the section background. And now we'll see that it does indeed work, and anything outside of the section is clipped off. So it's no longer kind of, overflowing any content that we don't want it to be targeting. So this is a good start, but we don't want to have to come in here and, update the data section IDs every time we want to apply this to a new section. There should be a better way, a more repeatable way. So what we can do is, now that we have the ability to add data section IDs, just IDs to sections, let me find this section and edit it. And so we have this anchor link where we can add an ID to this section. So I'm going to call this section fixed BG. And now that it has this little tag, what we want to do is we want to target any section. And instead of targeting the data section ID attribute, instead we want to target a section whose ID contains the phrase. So you can write contains by doing asterisk = and then open up the quotation marks, and we're going to say fixed BG. So any section that has an ID that contains the phrase fixed BG, we're now going to apply this to. So that's really helpful because once we set this up here, we'll never have to come in here and, edit this code again. And we can easily apply it to new sections just by adding that phrase to the section. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say fixed BG, and it won't let me because you can only have one section have a singular ID per page. So all I have to do is just add a -1, and it doesn't matter, what else I put here because it contains this part of the phrase. So as long as I have that part of the phrase in the ID, then we're good. I'll hit save and exit. And now you'll see it's automatically applied to this other section as well. And we get this really cool kind of like wiping effect. And the awesome thing is it works with the section dividers. It doesn't cover up any of the other content, and it works on mobile as well. So super curious. I actually haven't tried this in Safari. So I'm curious if you guys try this and tried in Safari, let me know if it works correctly in the comments below. It's working great on Chrome, but I just want to make sure that it works in all browsers, but I'm using Windows right now, so I haven't been able to test it on my laptop on Safari. And one last thing that we can do. So basically we have this section border, and then these two elements are inside the section border. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit by getting rid of this surrounding curly bracket. And then I'm going to take the section border curly bracket and place it below. So now that just cleans up like one set of curly brackets. So we're targeting the section border inside of the section with the ID that contains fixed BG. We're applying that. And then we're targeting the section background, which is inside of this section border element. If I right click and inspect, we can kind of review that. So here's the section. Here's our ID that contains the phrase. We then have the section border. Inside of the section border, we're then targeting the section background. And then inside of that, we're targeting the image. So I actually have not tried this with a video yet either. Let me go ahead and do a little bit of live testing here. Always love that. Okay, so I've added an image to the section now and we can see that it's not working. So I'm gonna right click on the section, open up the section border, and then in the section background, we now have this div here, this video background native container. So instead of targeting the image, let's just target whatever is the direct, like this first child inside of this section background. So I can say, and we want to target any element, so we can use the asterisk. That's like a wild card. Any element that's the first child, in case there are other like sibling elements that get added for some reason. And then let's do that like that. And ideally, this will now work for images and videos. And just like that, it does. Awesome. All right, nothing like a little live adjustment. We are, it looks like, losing the text, which is interesting. I wonder if we need to, okay, I think that was a little glitch. I don't think I need the Z index. So yeah, so now it's working for images and video. Awesome. So with that little update, the CSS should be good to go. This is going to be your final snippet. And I always make sure that I add comments to my CSS snippet. So this is going to be fixed BG styling. There we go. So you can grab this snippet in the description below this video. There'll be a link to the blog post that has this CSS. So you can just copy and paste it into your site and then you'll be all set. Again, let me know if this works in Safari. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. Want to make sure that, you know, if I need to add any adjustments to the CSS, then I can add that to the blog post once this video is already out. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. And if you want more Squarespace customization content like this in the future, then please consider subscribing to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.